All right, we're back live with West Palm A.
One firefighter Perry, in need of extrication. All red operations will remain on this channel. All other operations on a different channel. Strike a second alarm. Add an additional rescue stage, Alpha Side Medical first, down firefighter. Okay, copy that. Firefighter Perry from Red Op. Receive your mayday. Turn on fast device. Remain calm. Prepare for self-extrication. Deploying units. Red 1 from Red Op. You're deployed. Red 2 from Red Op. 4th door, 360. Secure utilities.
Assignments have been given for West Palm here. Time starts.
Outside 4th door.
So as you saw, Team 1 is going to be forcing the door. And they are scored on bonus points, so controlling flow paths. Finding where they need to go. Making sure that they have their tools. Getting a little turned around here, but immediately catching that mistake. Regrouping and pushing forward. And as Team 1 works their way through the course, Team 2 work their way around it to secure utilities. Pretty good crowd. West Palm sticking to a traditional left-hand search. So these guys have had the opportunity to get out on the course yesterday, which allowed them an opportunity to practice basically what they're doing today. So you see some teams take advantage of that and some teams falling back on training and sticking with how they would always do it, regardless of whether they know the structure or not. So it's still pretty cool to see people falling back on their level of training. As we come to this, everybody's favorite part, the 10-foot, 16-inch obstacle tube that requires that the competitors take their air packs off while still remaining on air in order to get through. This is where equipment familiarity comes into play. Again, all firemanship. This is a RIT competition, but a lot of it is the firemanship. Making sure your equipment's good and ready, making sure that you have trained for this, making sure that you know your gear inside and out, what's in what pocket. Knowing how to force doors, knowing how to navigate confined spaces or wire entanglements. All really, really cool stuff. It's all foundational. We're just doing it for bonus points and for time here in Orlando, Florida. And of course, the bragging rights that come along with it. Working together as a team, two-person RIT elements and one group supervisor. who is unable to see what's going on.
Red alarm from off-rip box. 5-minute benchmark. Give me an update. Give me a camera report.
3,200.
So they just called for an air check. All of the competitors are using our BA Shield Smoked Out series, which allows them the experience of what it's like in smoke, while all of the instructors, evaluators, and spectators don't have to suffer with fake smoke or trying to see. But they just called for an air check. So those are some of the criteria that are out on the course today. There are air check criteria as they move throughout this course. So they are not able to see exactly how much air they have. They can see their heads-up display, but that doesn't tell you an exact number. So they are allowed to ask for an air check from the proctors here on the course. The reason for the wait, another one of the rules on the course is they are not allowed to move on to the next obstacle until they are both together and have both cleared the prior obstacle. So clearing the prior obstacle right now for firefighter 2 is putting his air pack back on. So unfortunately, like a relay race, this is where that knowledge of your gear becomes crucial, especially when you can't see. And they're moving again. Once they get to the victim, they do have grading criteria here as well, so they need to make sure that the victim is packaged. We'll listen to this real quick.
Yes.
Make contact with down firefighter. Air check.
What? Yes.
Deploy.
No, he's not conscious. Yes, he's free from all. What is his name? Harry.
Off the window, correct?
So a lot going on. There was an air check there. There was all of the criteria that's required by the competitors, level of consciousness, confirming that it's the down firefighter, making sure that there are no entanglements and there is integrity still in that firefighter's mask. All things that they'd have to address if something was amiss with one of those criteria. And the patient needs to be hot filled. And all of these competitors are basically utilizing the Universal Air Connection, or UAC, on the RIP pack and on this Dragger pack. Again, universal being the key word. Everybody should know how to apply and unattach that Universal Air Connection. That's 101 firefighting skills for sure, not specific to a specialized team or a competitor. So Team 2 made its way into the course. So the slang term is hot filling. For those of you who don't know, so the patient or the victim has now been hot filled, so that's transferred air from one bottle into the other. And then they also have to be packaged in some form or fashion.
And firefighter has been located low air, hot filling.
So this team is opting for a staged firefighter to accept the victim, which means your RIT team 1 is going to be second out. I appreciate the enthusiasm. It's good.
You all right?
Yeah, we're good.
Get beat up in there. That's why I'm trying to get out.
I know, it's all good. He just keeps checking. That's great, but nobody else here. Again, yeah. Again, defaulting on. You want it now? Joel, you want it now? Yeah, again, defaulting on training. You saw that like secondary search being performed. I love it. I love that's defaulting on what we've always trained. You're not just taking shortcuts for competition's sake. That's doing that left-hand or right-handed search, even though you know because you've practiced on this course or you've run it before that, you know, if you take a right angle instead of like following a left-hand wall, you're going to make better times. So that in and of itself is pretty cool to see. So right now, Team 2 is hanging out, but as we suspected with the other teams, when the second team is low on air, or when Team 1 comes onto the course, they're exhausting a lot of their air. So as they're trying to evacuate the victim first, Team 2 is sitting here trying to limit their breathing or conserve their bottles. And right now what we're seeing is viber alerts going off on one of the firefighters, so they do need to address that immediately, and it looks like we're going to attempt to do a hot fill with the UAC on the firefighter from the RIT pack as well. If it's not addressed, it is a time penalty. Plus, you run the risk of not getting out of the structure. So there's definitely some points that potentially will be lost there. Unfortunately, with missing addressing the low air.
1500.
Especially not knowing for Team 1, they came in a different way. So Team 1 actually has no idea how much further they're going to have to go in the course, which adds some adrenaline for sure, because now you know you're low on air and you're in an obstacle at the mercy of however fast your other team can move. Not a good spot. Not a good feeling to be in, rather. But Team 2 working their butts off to make sure that everybody can get out.
Get your hand down, go.
Team 1 doing hard to tell from this vantage point, but they're working their hardest to get that victim out of our wall breach prop. We're going to attempt another hot fill attempt here to conserve some air. So when we talk about slowing down and knowing our equipment, it's amazing how there's no doubt that these guys have trained for this repeatedly, especially with that universal air connection, fitting an adapter and RIT pack and plugging it in until you're sick of doing it. But then you get into a situation where the adrenaline's rushing and there's a competition on the line, or you truly do have a down firefighter, or you're in a situation where you can't get out of. man, that dexterity disappears almost immediately. You forget what side of the bottle it's on. Um, Lots of things can happen. So just a great example of that, and why it is so important to be familiar with the equipment. Again, not to say that this team isn't familiar with their equipment, but add another variable and things start to go downhill. So it looks like they're going to attempt again to find that universal air connection, or UAC, on the pack hot fill.
Stop.
And the instructors on the field have called it. That's 15 minutes on the course. So after 15 minutes, they called it. Crowd still super supportive of the team. A disappointing finish for the West Palm guys for sure, especially if they're putting all that work in and then ending up where you did. But those things happen sometimes for sure. Trying to follow all the rules and get all the points, and then do it while under some physical duress. It's definitely challenging. So, we'll be back with the next team on the course here in just a minute.